We good? What's the matter?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Want to do it the sideways?
No, it doesn't go.
It don't?
It's
Why? Everything falls like this?
No, it's a turn back.
Turn back? Okay, Freddie Rubino here. Keto, Guido. We tried YouTube. YouTube is all messed up tonight. It just keeps on booting us off. So, we're going to go live here, and we're going to do our keto recipe. Italian wedding soup. Low carb. This is actually a diet dish. No, honey?
No.
It's keto.
How many carbs, Fred?
How many carbs? Less than 2 carbs per cup of soup.
Very good.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to add this chicken stock. Chicken broth it is.
I'm using Pacific because it is the lowest carbs. You have to look at them. Some of them have sugar in it and they have higher carbs.
Some have a lot of carbs, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to put 2 of these containers in. Oh, you hear that? The pan was hot already.
Right. So just be aware. Read the package when you're buying the broth because some of them have higher carbs. We got one that has 1 carb per cup.
1 carb per cup. And this is such a great soup. It's a lot of people will eat this soup in your family, 2 of them. 2 of them. Not knowing it's a keto. And they're going to be like, "Oh, Ma, I thought you were on keto." And you're going to tell them, "Shut your mouth and eat the soup." Because this is great soup. You want to show them the package again?
Yeah.
You've got to check. Because every one of them.
I'm sure other brands are low also, but this is the one we found. Like Swanson and Collagen were a lot.
Right. And also we're going to add a cup of water to both of them, right?
No, just to one.
To both together.
Yeah.
Speak
correctly.
Yeah, I am. Okay. And to this, we're going to add some salt.
No, we're going to add a cup of water.
We did.
You did that already?
I just did it.
I'm not watching. I'm not
All right, yeah, no kidding. Okay, we're going to add, first we're going to add some onion. Tablespoon of onion.
1 tablespoon of onion.
And I chopped it up fine. Fine, baby. Okay,
Just like you.
Thank you, honey. What do we got here? Half a teaspoon
Yeah.
of salt?
Yes.
Half a teaspoon of salt. Look at that.
We're using natural sea salt. Don't use iodized salt on keto.
No iodized salt. Iodized. Oh, iodized.
Himalayan or natural sea salt.
Yeah, and we're going to bring this to a boil. Okay? My aunt had a boil right here.
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to hear a good boil story?
No.
Come on. Okay, we're going to make this get hot so that we could put the meatballs in. Italian wedding soup is made with spinach and meatballs.
Traditionally, it's made with escarole, but I like it with spinach.
All right, and we have a little seltzer.
It is seltzer because you can't drink when you're on keto. It's not recommended. You can have a drink here and there.
That's right. I'm just
recommended.
having seltzer. Woo, woo. Okay, so what do? We put the broth in, and that's really the backbone of this soup, correct?
Yeah.
It's a chicken soup, but it's Italian wedding soup. So there's all kinds of good stuff in it. I like more onion than a tablespoon of onion,
But
by
for
the way.
carb reasons, we're just doing a tablespoon.
Okay, now what we did was we made little meatballs. You see these little meatballs?
You know about little balls.
You see these little meatballs? They're fun to make. It's fun to play with them, okay?
I don't enjoy playing with
I
balls.
don't ask you to, okay? I don't ask you to. Just get down to business.
That's not true.
Get down to business.
That's not true.
Yeah, that is true. There's no... Anyway, we got these. I made a lot of them. They go right in the soup. Right in the soup. No?
Right in. You don't have to cook them before the soup. Just put them
Look
right
what
in.
I do.
And put them in gently so they don't break
Oh,
apart.
I'm always gentle with my balls.
Guys, please share this.
Okay, we were supposed to be on YouTube Live. Every time we went on YouTube, what happened?
It cracked out.
Lost the connection. Echo set the timer for 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Starting
This
now.
dish is going to be done by 8 minutes, okay? Look, 8:14 and 8:15. So I'm going to show you how to make some of these meatballs, Okay? Look, I just got the meatballs, and you always have something to measure it with.
Yes, but why don't you tell them what's in the meatball?
Well, I will. Let me just make a few. This is a teaspoon.
No, it is not.
This is a half a teaspoon. And I just mold it in there, take it out, and do this. That's perfect. You know why? Because you should have it on the spoon. You shouldn't have to bite into the meatball.
No, it should be one bite.
One bite, and there goes your balls. All right? That's why, look, even a little, but they become, my wife yells at me if they're not uniform, okay?
Yeah.
And you guys know that they're not always uniform. One's bigger, one's smaller, but look, and you could just bang these out. You make it, you put it in, it's a rough measurement.
Banging out the balls.
Bang them out, baby. That's what marriage is called. That's why they call it wedding soup. Because you're banging out your balls all day and all night. Okay. Look at this, okay? Now, they've been boiling. Look, I already banged out all of these.
The meat is 80-20, if anybody's asking about the fat content.
Right. Now, look already. Look already.
They already started to cook.
They're already cooking.
Right.
That's why you make them small, so that they cook right away in this broth.
No, that's not why you make them small.
That's one of the reasons.
They're traditionally small.
Yeah, you're traditionally small.
You're traditionally small.
I got a knife here, okay?
I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, you better be. Okay, so look, that's what you do. You just keep on doing that. I'm going to wash my hands.
Tell them what is in the meatball.
I'm going to, but first, I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients to the soup, and then we'll go over what was in the chopped meat, what was in the meatballs, okay? We have spinach. See the baby spinach?
Very tender.
Very tender. Okay? I know it's made with escarole, right?
Yeah.
The Italians make it with a lot of escarole, and I like escarole. But this is so good. It's so tender because it's baby.
So it's half the bag.
I think a little more than half,
Of
no?
course you do.
Look. It just goes in there.
Yeah, well, of course you put more than I say.
Who's listening? Not you. Okay, this goes in. You don't have to worry about the spinach. The spinach cooks right away. This is all about cooking the meatballs a little bit. 8 minutes, I'm telling you. Now, here's another ingredient that goes in.
That's a trick.
That's a trick.
It's a dupe.
You see, on keto, you can't have carbs.
So you can have pasta.
You can't have pasta. And we always love to put little ditalini in.
Acina pep.
Acina pep. Pipita bapita. So, they have this. It's called cauliflower rice.
Right.
It's cauliflower the size of rice. We're putting in about a quarter of a cup.
And that just mimics the pasta. It gives it the texture of the pasta and the
Right.
look of the pasta.
It's so nice. I love, and cauliflower, how many carbs?
I don't know.
None.
It's not none.
None.
But
Okay.
everything together is less than 2 carbs per cup of
Per
soup.
cup of soup. Okay? So now we put that in. Of course, I like a little more of that cauliflower, but when do I ever get my way? Huh? When? Okay?
Never.
So, now, it only takes 8 to 10 minutes to cook. That's it.
All right. Tell them what to
That's
put in.
why they call it wedding soup. Because the guy might take off. We got 8 minutes. He's going to get married. Just get it on the table before he runs away.
I wish you would have ran away.
Shut your mouth. Okay, what we put in here is we put a half a pound of chopped meat for this much food, right? For this much broth. Half a pound of chopped meat. Now, sometimes we make a quarter pound of beef and a quarter pound of veal.
No, it's beef. Go ahead.
All right, you want to do beef, it's just beef. All right, and I got it written down here so I don't make a mistake. In with that, you put 1 egg. Crack the egg, put it in there. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Powder, not fresh garlic. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Okay? Don't put fresh garlic in. It will ruin it. And you'll get the garlic, the raw garlic. It'll
Big
kill it.
chunk of raw garlic in your
Ah.
mouth. I don't appreciate that.
2 heaping tablespoons of grated cheese. Parmesan, Pecorino Romano, whichever one you prefer. We like Pecorino Romano. And for this, sometimes we add some Parmesan because it's also good. Also, a half a teaspoon of salt. Always put salt. It always brings out the flavor. And on keto, you can have salt because it replaces your electrolytes. Right, honey?
Yes.
I need electrolytes. And I think that's it. Oh no, what's that other thing you put in it?
I put some hemp seed in it.
Hemp
A tablespoon.
of hemp.
Hemp seeds. Hemp heart seeds.
Who gave you this recipe? Cheech and Chong?
I have to give a shout out to Keto Connect for the tip.
Okay, so this is the Cheech and Chong recipe. Some hemp, baby. Woo! Okay. I was leery, but when she made this for the first time with the hemp,
I made regular meatballs in the sauce with it, and they came out so tender and good. Like you put breadcrumbs
Like
in them.
it's-
Because
right.
you can't use breadcrumbs on keto.
you can't use breadcrumbs. But this was like, it made it fluffy. It
Yes.
wasn't dense.
No more dense.
No more dense.
And you can get them on Amazon. If you don't want to put them in for this, you don't have to because they're in the soup. They're not going to be that dense. But if you're making regular meatballs or meat loaf, that's excellent.
I gotta say, honey, I enjoyed it with the hemp. I like hemp. Okay? It's like I'm in high school again. So, Echo, how much time left on my timer?
You have 1 minute left on your 8 minute
1 minute
timer.
left and the soup's almost done. Don't you see? That's it. Listen, it's freezing out. My brothers and sisters in Boston, there's snow all around. New York, Connecticut. Make some of this soup. 8 minutes.
It's very tasty.
Okay, look, I'm going to make myself a bowl. I'm making myself a bowl. How easy was that? The whole job is making the meatballs. You mix everything, it's done.
Put some of that on top.
Oh, I am, believe me. I like to put some grated cheese on top after I serve it to myself because that's how I roll. Now this is going to be hot soup. Hot soup. But, like I said, all my friends up in Boston, up in New York, see, the meatballs are done because they're small. Don't worry about it. Echo, stop. It's the only thing that listens to me in this whole house. Echo.
Hey, bring the bowl over there, no?
Of course I am. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Sweet nectar of the gods. Look at that. You know what I love to do? I like to put cheese on it like it's no one's business.
Less than 2 carbs in a cup serving.
This took, you heard Echo? You heard her? 8 minutes. That's it. Look at this. I got a little bit of this, a little of that. Look at the cheese.
Don't burn your mouth.
Keep your mouth shut and eat your soup. Look at that. Oh. Mmm. A meatball in every bite.
And the meatballs are so juicy.
Mmm, juicy meatballs. And the spinach. That's why you don't have to cook it that long, because the spinach is so tender. It's baby spinach. You understand that? Listen, Italian, what do you call it? Wedding soup.
I know wedding is like a hard word for you
Oh,
to
I
say.
hate to say it. Italian wedding soup. There's everything in it. This is life. This is Italian life. Okay? Right in one bowl. Right, honey?
That's right. Don't burn yourself.
Mmm. It's fabulous. Now listen. 1 cup of this with all these ingredients is under 2 carbs. So, what are you going to do? You make it for the week. You keep it in there. It's never lasted more than 2 days in my refrigerator.
I wouldn't leave it more than 3 or 4 days.
It's always eaten before that, okay? So, you make it for lunch. Yeah, I'm going to have a little Italian soup.
Soup, a little salad, it's a nice lunch. Nice dinner.
Great keto recipe. I'm sorry if you went to YouTube. I don't know what's going on. We went and tried 4 times. 4 times it said lost the connection. I'm not got to the connection. Freddie Rubino here, the Keto Guido, with my lovely wife Christine. A beautiful Italian wedding soup. Let's all have a party. Let's get married. Will you marry me?
I did already.
A salute. Go to fredrubino.com. See where I'm playing next. I'll be in the Bronx this weekend. And go to fredrubino.com and order a shirt. I'll see you live all over the East Coast of the United States. A salute.